Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and Robinhood is giving people the opportunity to make money from the stocks they already own. And the idea is very simple. You're allowed to basically grab the stocks that you basically own, and they're going to lend it out. And a part of the income they make from it, they're going to bounce it back to you. Basically meaning, instead of having your stocks just sitting in the account, why not lend your stocks out and have your stocks make you some passive income? And in this video, we're gonna break everything down. But if I'm being honest, guys, the more I read about books like this, right, and everything else, I kind of just become a lot more pessimistic about the world. It's kind of like you're on a plane, you look down and you're like, yo, we're so tiny, we're so small, like all these problems, do they really matter? You know what I mean? So one big thing is, guys, I'm gonna say this right out, I don't like this, like at all. And I'm not gonna do this for my whole stock portfolio whatsoever. But one big thing is to understand that these companies are businesses. Businesses want to make money. And if you are a customer, some businesses don't care about squeezing the life out of you just to make some extra money. And we're going to break everything down here. And as always, smash the like button. On top of that, also subscribe, hit the bell to get notified every time I post another video about watch out for this, okay? Or make some money or passive income. Now, the very first thing is, guys, here is what Robinhood is basically telling us, okay? And it sounds cool, right? Because it used to be that basically the only people that could lend out their securities and make some passive income from it were the rich. So now us, the poor people, the people that don't have any money, now we're able to participate and make our money, and Robinhood is breaking barriers. That's the idea. By the way, this video is for entertainment purposes. Just remember, because I don't want to get sued, all right? But the idea is that Robinhood says, well, no longer do you need to have $25,000 in an account. No, with us, you can just go ahead and have $5,000 inside the account, at least 25K in reported income, and at least some trading experience, which we verify by asking you, do you have any trading experience? And the answer is going to be, of course. Yeah, I have trading experience, okay? And the whole idea is, hey, you have stocks that you're not using, they're just there. Why not lend it to people in the market, either short sellers, and then you basically make money passively. And whenever they make a trade, we're gonna give you a part of the money that we basically make. It sounds good, right? It sounds clever. It sounds like a great way to make some passive income. It's kind of like me telling you, yo, you have cash on hand, why not lend it out? And then make like 8%, 12% of your money. You're not using it. It makes you money. Like, it's fine. It sounds like it makes sense, right? And it sounds like, well, rich people do it, so why can't I do this? By the way, this whole idea, I hate it. The idea that rich people can do this, but the poor can't. Now we're breaking barriers. I hate it because a lot of rich people do a lot of stupid stuff. A lot of rich people are basically stupid when it comes to finances. Believe it or not. All right, just got to say that, all right? Now, here's some things that you kind of want to know. What securities are eligible to actually do this? You have stocks, you have ETFs, exchange traded funds, and you also have ADRs, which are basically using foreign companies and so on. And, it's only whole shares. So you're able to lend out whole shares. If you have one Apple stock, you can lend it out. Okay, but it's not guaranteed they're gonna lend it out. All right, it's on their basis. It's basically, I assume and I presume they're gonna do this whenever they have a lot of volume going on, a lot of activity going on, and they basically need stocks to basically make the whole transaction a lot faster. So it's kind of like they do it when they want to do it, and they kind of go to you when they need you. Okay. It's kind of like that, but it's not guaranteed that you're actually going to go ahead and make money. And to activate this is only 3 steps. You go to your account, you go into the menu, go into invest in, and you turn on stock lending. All right, that's the idea. That's what Robinhood is telling us. Now, here are some more details that you obviously need to know. All right, first, why would somebody pay you money to basically borrow stocks? Well, you know how short sellers, what they do is basically the goal is they borrow money to buy a stock, they sell it immediately, they hope the stock goes down, then they buy it again later at a shorter date, basically at a lower price, they make a profit on that money and get back the stock. That's the idea. So whenever you have situations where they're doing this consistently and consistently, Robinhood wants to be able to have money on hand and stocks on hand to basically make these transactions flow through a lot faster. So this way they make more money. Remember, okay, Robinhood is the house. They make money whether you make money or you lose money. So whenever you have, for example, the Reddit investors going crazy about AMC, Diamond Hands, GameStop, all that transaction, Robinhood loves it. Doesn't matter who's winning, whether it's the Reddit people or the institutions, all they care about that there are transactions being made and that money is going to be made for their pockets. That's the idea. That's the way they make money. So if they have your stocks that they can count on to make everything go a lot more smoother, they can make a lot more money a lot quicker and a lot more faster. All right. Now, you also have to wonder, Tommy, what happens to my dividend payments? Well, the answer is they're going to give you manufactured dividends. And what that basically means is the stock is going to make dividends, but the way they're going to pay it out to you is going to be in cash via Robinhood. All right. So what this means is basically when it comes to manufactured dividends, they're not taxed as capital gains like ordinary dividends do. Well, no, they're actually going to be taxed via your ordinary income. So that basically means that you're going to be taxed at a higher tax rate, usually dependent on your income. So now, if you have a lot of money being paid out to you in dividends, then guess what? You're going to be charged more taxes. And by the way, the average person that's trying to do this, they don't have a lot of money invested into Robinhood. Like, you don't have a lot of money, usually. Like, you have $5,000, that's great. Now, you're an average person, the poor people like us, because everything is rich and the poor down here. The idea is, to us, we might not have that much money, but when you have millions of customers that enable this feature, they have millions of stocks available to actually get this stuff done. So they're going to be making a lot of big money. But on an individual basis, it's not like you're going to make millions of dollars from your few stocks that you basically have, okay? That's one big thing. When it comes to voting rights, I'm not sure anybody cares about this really, but it's basically when you buy a stock, you also have ownership in the company. So you have the right to basically do voting stuff, whether it's voting directors or whatever it is, all right? You forfeit this. Basically, while the stock is being lent out, you have no voting rights in reality. So that's not a big deal to me. And in reality, I never really voted whatsoever, but you forfeit that if that does matter to you. And lastly, if things go wrong, what happens, all right? So there's something called SIPC insurance, and it covers up to $500,000 in your investments and only up to $250,000 in cash. What that basically means is like FDIC insurance. You ever heard about that insurance where basically if you have money in the bank goes broke, there's $250,000 that's basically there guaranteed to take care of you, whatever, in case something goes wrong? That's the idea. Well, we have that in investment in stocks, and it's up to $500,000. But the problem is that when you go ahead and you basically lend out these stocks, well, you're not covered anymore. So if things go wrong and Robinhood can't handle it, they can go ahead and default. But there's a but here. Apparently there is an undisclosed bank, which they don't mention. And on top of that, this bank holds collateral in cash in the value of your stock. So if things go wrong and they can't pay you, well, the bank will be able to actually pay you your money. Now, here's what I'll say about this. I just read this chapter in this book yesterday, and it reminds me so much of this situation. 1931, 1932, you had the whole real estate bubble that basically formed, and then you had the whole real estate crash that basically happened back in 1931, 1932. And the idea was that these real estate companies had collateral, right? And the collateral was held by another company, right? Like how the collateral here is the bank has the money, but then the bank is attached also to like potentially like Robinhood. That's an example, not a real thing. I don't want to get sued. But then if the company goes broke, that company goes broke too. So now everybody's broke and you don't get your money back. I don't like these things, okay? It's kind of like saying this bank has the money, but is that valuation based on what the stock is worth now, or is it based on what it used to be? What are the details here? And what is the actual terms of services here? What if the bank doesn't pay me? Who pays me? The answer is you don't get paid, all right? That can happen. That is a real possibility. The idea that just because a big company says X is gonna happen, I used to trust that, but as you get wiser, you realize that 99% of all the companies started in the US, they don't exist anymore because they go out of business. This is a real thing. So that can go wrong. You can lose your money. That's a possibility. You're forfeiting your insurance. And then the money you're gonna make, okay? So let's say, for example, you know how Robinhood, they make fractions of pennies and they have like all these little taxes that basically have to make money. And when you have, for example, even if you make 1 penny and you have millions of transactions, guess what? You're going to make a lot of money, right? But that's on a volume basis. But you get kickback of around 15%, if I'm not mistaken. That basically means you make maybe 50% of a penny or a fraction of a penny. You're not gonna be rich off of this, okay? You're not gonna be rich off of this, but they are gonna make more money because they're able to do a lot more volume. That's the idea. So you forfeit insurance, you forfeit basically saving money on taxes with dividends. You forfeit your voting rights. You take the risk that if they can't handle this issue, you lose everything, but they can make more money. Like, do you get my point here? Does it make sense to you? And then lastly here, okay, again, this video is for entertainment purposes only, all right? Don't want to get sued. Now, here's the last part here. What does this look like, Tommy? What do you think? What is the truth according to you, all right? What do you think? I think this. I was reading an article over at CNN, and CNN says that Robinhood is finally doing this whole lending thing, right? And they're breaking doors and this and that. But what could possibly go wrong? And why are they doing this? What's the motivation to do this? You know, according to them, Robinhood is making around $137 per customer. Off transactions and everything else they basically do, right? Now you think about this, and you're like, $137 per person, not that much, okay? They had around 17 million users. That's a lot of money, right? 17 million users, 137, that's a lot of money, obviously. But now they're only making around $53 per customer, meaning they're earning less money. They went from 17 million active customers to around 15.9 million. Less people are coming in, less money being made also. So what happens when the house is losing money? They got to innovate, obviously. They got to do different things to actually make more money, invent more games, all right? Because this whole thing is kind of like gamified now. So what do? All right? You offer credit lines. You offer credit cards, you offer bank accounts, you offer lending, you offer CryptoPies, you offer whatever it is in order to increase the volume and gamify the whole thing to have more people make more transactions and basically the company earn more money. That's the idea. And by the way, Charlie Munger, which is someone that I look up to a lot, and his book is literally right here. That's his book right here, Charlie Munger, and it's called Poor Charlie's Almanac, the 3rd edition. That's the one I have back there. I read the whole book. Great book. He says he is disgusted with Robinhood because they kind of make everything sound like it's free, but in reality, it's more like a gamifying of the whole stock market industry in a sense, and it kind of promotes you to go ahead and do trades and make fast money, but that's how they make money, through transactions, okay? So he doesn't like the company. And overall, can I be honest with you guys? Where is my phone? I don't know where it is. Here it is, all right? I'm going to show you guys something that I really haven't showed a lot of people just yet. But check this out, all right? I'm going to go over to my Robinhood account. Can you guess how much money I have in here? I used to have a lot of money invested into Robinhood. Today, I have literally $202.19 on 14 cents now. Just lost some money making this video, all right? Terrible, terrible. But the idea is, like, there is, in my opinion, what I don't like about this app, there is no long-term investor features here. It doesn't make it like a friendly place for a long-term investor to come in and say, hey, I want to move my Roth IRA over here. I want to transfer my 401k from my company. I want to put it in here. I want to set up automatic investing into this automatic pie. I want to worry about the long term. You guys are going to make money whenever I buy, but I'm not planning on selling. There's no gamifying anything. Like, no. Now, Robinhood used to be a cool thing when they took off, for example, like trading fees, which was massive. But now it's like they make money via trading also because they have hidden fees in there. But now everything is like, for example, you have a bank account now with them. You have the whole crypto stuff going on. You basically just have a bunch. You can like borrow money and stuff like that. It's just like a lot of reasons to basically go ahead and use this app as, for example, a platform for just trading back and forth. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So the app I use right now is honestly, it's called M1 Finance. And M1 Finance is this app, and I put my money where my mouth is, and I think that's backwards, but I have in here around $255,000. Right now the stock market is down, so I'm down here, but that's fine. It's how the market works. But overall, I'm still up over. Let me show you guys so you guys know what I'm talking about here. Overall, I'm still up around, like, if you can see right there, around like $27,000. But overall, like, I'm investing here for the long term. It's a long-term investing app in a sense. But even this app, which I love and I care about so much, they're getting into crypto. They're getting into a credit card. Like, this whole thing is becoming like a business. And just like in 1931, 1930s or whatever, you had the idea that people were investing money into the real estate companies, believing that they had the same ideals, same restrictions, same safety nets. But the business had become so popular and so crazy to the point where the whole business had changed. So you were investing into something that, based on the past, it was great, but based on what they're currently doing right now, isn't that great. So always keep an eye open for these things. If you ask me overall, Tommy, are you gonna take advantage of this? The answer is no. I don't care about forfeiting my insurance. I don't care that if there is a massive short squeeze, which that's what we're kind of betting on here, that you can potentially default. I don't care that I don't know the bank, that I don't know exactly how much money they're actually holding or how that actually works systematically. Because, by the way, a bank can have like collateral and then lend a percentage of that money. It's a lot of unknowns here. And when it comes to my retirement and the money I need less unknowns and more knowns, if you know what I mean. But guys, thanks for watching this video. Again, said it for the third time now, entertainment purposes only. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. Comment down below, let me know, are you going to participate in this whole lending thing? And if you have, how much money have you made? Comment down below, let me know. On top here is another video, and over here is my face. Click subscribe, and I got the red because I'm a little angry, all right? That's why, all right? Peace.